Okie dokie. It is freezing just a little bit. It's fine. Hello, everyone. I am Flip.
Hi.
And this, of
I'm
course.
Ange.
And we're here with our Wednesday midweek mini murder-sode slash Hunt-A-Killer unboxing. Yay!
Yay! You guys have been waiting. You've been bugging the crap out of us. We're excited to be here and have it and
Yes,
tell you all about it.
exactly. Oh my goodness. But before we start, Ange, how's your week?
Oh my God. So there's these things called thunderstorms, and it's that time of year for them.
Mm-hmm.
And this little angel, she does not handle them well at all. So I have
Poor
had
baby.
multiple nights where I end up sleeping on the floor, and it doesn't matter if we put her in a thunder shirt or if we give her CBD oil, freaks out, and then she doesn't want to go for a walk, and she follows me everywhere. So she's being extra cuddly and wonderful. That's been my
Aww.
week.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Um, celebrated Joey's sister's 21st birthday over the weekend. Woo!
Happy
Um,
birthday.
and then we went to a friend's house on Monday. And then other than that, I've just been like working and like I have been venturing out to the gym. It's really nice because there's like nobody in there.
Yeah.
And all the exercise machines are like super spread out.
Cool.
And like there's somebody
It's nice
like
and private now.
every 15 minutes like going around like spraying everything down. And then like you have to like when you check in, of course, but then you have to like check out too. So it's really nice. Like nobody bothers you.
Cool.
It's great. Like I think today when I went there was maybe like 15, 20 people in there. Which is insane
Holy
because my
crap,
gym is
that's
huge.
awesome.
My gym is like it's 2 stories. So like for like 15, 20 people to be in there, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yes. Yay. Yeah, I just got a new client who she's on an oxygen tank. And so it's me coming. I told her, I was like, I'm coming in with a mask. I prefer if you could wear one. If not, just stay on the other side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in and she goes, honey, there's oxygen everywhere. And there are literally oxygen tanks just all over. So what am I working on today? She goes, everything from like the waist down. I can't reach anything or do anything for longer than 5 seconds. I'm like, man, I growing old's gonna suck.
Right.
Oh well.
John says I'm lucky because Planet
But other than
Fitness
that, I
doesn't
love her.
open until Friday. I'm sorry, John.
Oh man.
Get a better gym.
Oh.
That's all I have to say. Get a better gym.
Quit going with the cheap gym. Get a better gym.
I know I spend a shitload on my gym. I do. I truly spend a shitload on my gym. I think I pay like $50 a month for it.
What all do you have in there? Gold?
It's 2 stories, an Olympic swimming pool, a sauna,
Oh, okay.
hot tub, and all of the classes are free. So they have like I think 12 cycle classes a week. Yoga every day. Pilates, kickboxing, and like a CrossFit class.
Holy shit.
I used to go to the yoga classes all the time, and then I would go to the cycle classes way too early in the morning. I'd go to my cycle class at 5:45 in the morning, work my ass off, and then go about my day. It's exhausting.
You're a special, different type of person.
Yeah. And what are you drinking today?
Okay. I, first of all, went to the post office, which is inside of a gas station, so I bought gas station wine.
Ooh.
And I feel real fancy. It is Smoking Loon, unoaked Chardonnay.
I've never heard of that ever in my life before. But okay.
Pretty smooth. I'm okay with it. It's $9.99. So it's not the cheap.
That's but
still it's good.
I again have some more Double Dog Dare because I bought like 6 bottles of them because they're like $4 each. So
Nice.
being cheap, living my life.
Hell yeah. Oh, I have to show you the other thing I have.
Okay.
So, Christy sent me my Christmas gifts, and in there was this gigantic bottle for water, and I'm very
I love
excited about
it.
it because now I can actually drink the right amount of water. And this little guy that's holding my straw
Mm-hmm.
is from the 90s. I've had him forever, and he's holding my straw onto this. So I'm not sitting here dousing myself in water the entire time we're
That
doing
little
this.
guy
But the
is from
straw
the
goes
90s.
through
What
his
is
little
he?
head.
Is he the dinosaur from Publix? Like,
I don't know.
that's
No,
what he
probably not
looks
'cause I was in
like.
Texas. So
He looks like
isn't
the
he cute?
dinosaur
I
from
have a
Publix.
Dalmatian too. He's just so cute. But yeah, so that's the other thing I have. If I pull that up. Yay. So thanks,
Awesome.
Christy, for my giant bottle of water.
Yeah. Sweet. I'm wondering if Joey is in the
Okay,
other
how are
room
we?
watching something.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, how are we doing this? Are we recapping last time? Are we
So
just
we're
going
gonna
from
have
where we
to.
are? What are we doing?
We're gonna have to.
Right.
Hi, Elaine. Elaine
Okay.
made it.
Hi, Elaine. You did make it. She's always like, I'm always free on Sundays and Wednesdays, and I never tune in. She here.
Well, you're here now.
She's here.
So, yes, let's
Okay.
recap from last time we did this. So, last time we opened our Hunt a Killer box, we received the curtain call box, and we were tasked with finding out the murder weapon. Our box came with all kinds of cool stuff. We got the cufflink that was found next to the murder box. We got our, what are these things? Playbill. What's wrong with my brain? We got our playbill.
It's a thing.
It's that thing that
say,
they
I
give
have to
you
go
at
grab
the
my phone.
theater. Yeah, go grab your phone. It's fine.
Like, While you do this, I'll be right back. Tell them what we're going to. Bye.
Sounds good. Okay, so we have our playbill here that we got with our last box. Our evidence sheet that came with the last box. We have, of course, the forensic report for the autopsy that was done. This thing here that looks like stage manager notes. They're definitely stage manager notes, like 100% stage manager notes.
Except like stage left, stage right.
Yeah.
Notes from people. I don't think so and so's going to make it through this rehearsal.
Yes.
That kind of shit.
This one, this letter from Ruth Erickson, basically saying that Viola Vane is a trollop.
Trollop.
A trollop. That's my word. I use the word trollop. It's my thing. A letter from Hector. Yeah, right? It's from Hector? Yeah. This letter from Hector that had a code in it, obviously. We did solve that code. What else did we get in this box? Oh, a letter, of course, from Julia and a letter from Michelle, who is the person that we're working for. As a stage manager, I can confirm those are stage manager notes 100%.
Yes.
In case you guys forgot, last time we did solve the letter, the code that was in the letter, and it said sending you the money enough to cover your responsibilities, which we assumed was probably about somebody who was pregnant.
Uh-huh. It seemed like it.
Yes. And then in the props notes, the evidence notes, we were able to decipher that the murder weapon was the wooden cane.
Yes.
And Angela...
Ruby encrusted.
Yes, the ruby encrusted wooden cane. And Angela, of course, read off our letter that we received from, our email that we received from Julia, stating that that was, in fact, what she thought was the murder weapon, and that she sent it off to her friends at the lab to basically get tested.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you guys are tuning into this, and this is your first time seeing anything about this storyline, skip back 2 Wednesdays.
Yes.
2 Wednesdays ago, we had our first full episode where we did that whole box in detail. And then last Wednesday, we read the letter that we got confirming, yes, we found the correct weapon. So today, we are working on something else, and we're furthering that storyline. If we need to go back and reread stuff from the first box, we will. But I think we just mostly everything's in this box.
Marcy, am I good now? She said she couldn't hear me. It's coming up on my screen. No,
Okay, good.
look at me. Marcy says she doesn't have any
look at me for the
sound.
solve.
She said she can't hear you either.
She can't hear me either. Can anybody else hear us?
Like, hold on a sec.
Marcy, that sounds. I was gonna say, because Elaine can hear us. Mark, can you hear us? John, can you hear us? Marcy, can you hear us? Marcy.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I know that people can hear us because I'm seeing the closed caption on the screen. All right, yeah, John can hear us. Joey can hear us. Elaine can hear us. Yeah, I'm seeing the closed caption on the screen, so I'm thinking that everybody can hear me.
Oh, that's right. There's a closed caption when you watch. Y'all, it's hilarious. If you watch this with no sound.
This one right here says... This one was funny because it said, I can... Sexy, can you hear me? I can sexy, can you hear me? Sometimes the thing is immediately muted. Jules can hear us. I don't know. I will adjust my mic, though, just in case. That's annoying. I can hear you now. Okay.
Yay. No, and poor Marcy has had the most technical difficulties of all the shit that I've been asking her to do over this quarantine time. It's always Marcy going, why isn't it working? I'm like, I'm going to blame your internet.
Joey said something, but I can't hear what he said. I hope he knows that I can't hear him through the walls.
Oh my god. Okay. Can I read the first letter that we got in the packet? You
totes can.
Do you know why I'm asking for that?
Is that the only thing you read?
The only thing I read. Sorry, guys. She sent me all the files. I'm busy.
You guys.
I've had a dog freaking out. I've had rehearsal virtually. It's a whole thing.
This is the story of me and Angie's lives.
I am learning all of this at the same time you guys are. Get excited. Okay. So, hello again. So I told my friend on the force what you figured out, and the lab did find traces of blood on the ruby-studded cane that was in the attic. It's pretty incredible that you managed to work that out. Yeah, because we're super smart. I'm sending a Cadence pin as a little thank you for all your hard work so far to show you that I appreciate you despite what I'm about to say. Oh no, what's the pin? Thank you for the Cadence Theater.
Yes,
she
it is a pin for the Cadence Theater.
That's so cool. Okay, despite what I'm about to say. As impressive as your progress has been, it doesn't actually bring us any closer to determining the identity of Viola's killer. As far as the police are concerned, they knew when they found the body that this was a murder. And the fact that Viola's mother owned a similar cane doesn't mean she was necessarily a murderer. So, it really could have been anyone, and they still don't feel like there are any significant leads, which is frustrating, because I was really hoping this would finally get them to take a serious interest in this case again. I need to get this resolved quickly, now more than ever. No pressure, guys, we're solving this today. Okay. I received a letter from the board today informing me that they're planning to sell the theater. I'm not even surprised, honestly. The board has always hated how I run things. If it were up to them, same jukebox musical for the next 10 years. Oh my god, this is somebody we know's personal story, I swear to god.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, despite my best efforts, the Cadence has been struggling for a while, and it's only gotten worse since I found Viola's body. Just when I thought the media frenzy was finally dying down, someone leaked news about the murder weapon, and ticket sales took another nosedive. We've had to cancel a bunch of events too, because as you can imagine, people don't want to host an improv night at a crime scene. It was bad enough when I thought I might have to let a couple of employees go, but we'll all be out of work if the board sells the theater. I can't let them do this. The board is supposed to lead the Cadence through hard times, not destroy everything we've worked on for generations to preserve. Not that I have any idea how to stop them. They have the votes to push this through, and I can't afford to buy them out. But I have to find some way to fix this. I owe it to my dad and to my grandparents and to everyone who has ever sat in the glow of those footlights and seen a special place in the Cadence. I know I'm biased, but I can't be the one to let that legacy down. For now, I've got to focus on things I can control. Yes, Julia. Like trying to solve Viola's murder. The good news is, I found a lot of stuff to send to you. Yes, we have a box full of stuff, y'all. You wouldn't believe the kinds of things my grandparents saved. It looks like Ira hoarded all of the theater's business correspondence, and Evelyn collected copies of scripts and programs and tickets and posters for every single production ever staged here. We know these people, I swear to God.
I was going to say, doesn't everybody do that?
I
Before you continue, hi, Carrie May.
Hey, friend. Part 2. New box. Okay. I guess people were just more meticulous record keepers back in the day. Nah, they still like that. My grandfather inherited all of George Erickson's papers when he bought the Cadence too, and they're just as detailed. Who keeps decades worth of receipts anymore? By the looks of it, George may have been doing some, shall we say, creative bookkeeping. Not that I'm complaining, because it works out great for us. In one of their boxes of junk, I even found a copy of Viola's original missing persons report from 1934. Or part of it, anyway. I can't believe how slapdash the investigation into Viola's disappearance was at the time. I know the standards for police work were different back then. They didn't even suspect that Viola may have been murdered. What else did they miss? Yeah. Not that the police working the case now are exactly filling me with confidence either. You'd think handing them the murder weapon on a silver plate would help them make an actual progress in the case, but apparently not. If there's any hope of finding justice for Viola, I'm afraid it's down to you, and you, and you, and you, and me.
Right.
If the police want definitive leads, that's what we'll give them. I've been wondering what Michelle would do next if she were handling this case, and I feel like the best way to move forward is to see if there's a suspect we can definitely rule out. So that's our task. I'm really hoping you'll say one of my grandparents is innocent this time around. Ideally, you'll be able to clear both of them too before too long, because it would be great to know that the theater I'm trying to save wasn't, run by murderers. But at this point, I guess I should be suspicious of anyone unless proven otherwise. Speaking of which, Michelle said that I should switch up the login for my case folder regularly to keep things secure, and God knows I don't want the board snooping around. I can change the login credentials she created for you to access the virtual desktop, so the password is still Porter, but the new password for our Cadence case folder is the Louvre. When you figure out who's in the clear, email me at the whatever. Make your subject line clue this time, and put your full name of the person you think is innocent in the body of your message. Send me some good news, would you? I could use it. Julia Adler. This poor woman writes like she's talking to her best friend over the phone.
Yep. Yes, and you, Elaine. All of us. We are all solving the murder.
We're relying on you. We gotta clear someone today. No pressure. Don't clear the wrong person.
No pressure, you guys. No pressure. So, from how this is explained to me, is the boxes will build upon each other. So, we may need to use evidence from the last box to work on what needs to be focused on this box. I don't know. I read through everything yesterday, but I didn't really, dive into anything yesterday. So, I guess...
I know, and meanwhile, there's 16 pages of stuff for this one.
There was a lot of documentation for me to read yesterday. So... Not that we would ever get this wrong, since we're all awesome detectives, but what happens if we get it wrong?
I'm pretty sure they just reply back and they're like,
try again. Are you sure? Yeah. So I guess what I'll do...
It is a game.
It is a game, yes. I guess what I'll do next is read the letter from Hector Roland.
Yes.
Hector Roland's letter. Now, okay, we kind of drafted up our timeline last week, right? Yes. Or, sorry, 2 weeks ago, we drafted up a timeline. So we know that the strange duo ended somewhere around... What did we say? We know the strange duo ended somewhere around May of 1934. We know that in September of 1934 is when we have the letter from Ruth Erickson that says that we don't want to cast Viola in the next show. And then we know somewhere in between September of 1934 and December of 1934, we know Viola is dead. And then, did I miss the overview? Did you guys guess last time, or did you have to wait for a new box? Oh, Carrie May, last time so when you finish up with the task in this box, you'll send an email to Julia, and then she'll email you back and say, like, this is right. We did talk about what that letter said, what that email said on last week Wednesday. Yeah. So
that was it. So we got the murder weapon right.
Yeah. So we knew it was the cane
with the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And so this time it's just more of, we want to go ahead and clear someone from all the shit we learned last time and the new shit that we have in this box. We just need to clear one person.
Yep. Just one. And I think based off on the
shit we had from last time,
yeah.
They're all guilty.
And then I think, what was it? The last bit of evidence that we had when we talked about the watch and the newspapers underneath, we determined that she died in November of 1934 at around 5:57 because of the watch.
Because it looks like she was fighting back and she smashed her watch while fighting.
Yes. So, this letter from Hector Rowland comes in on August 17th, 1933. So at this time, the strange duo is in the middle of rehearsals, something like that. We don't know exactly when. Yeah, strange duo is a play. Is in the middle of rehearsals, something like that. We don't know the exact date of when the show opened because for some god-awful reason they didn't put it on the playbill. What kind of producers are you? But
and look, meanwhile, both of us are like, well, this thing ran for a couple weekends. Oh, wait. It's
no, it ran
this thing could have run for months.
Yeah, this thing ran for months. All right. So Hector is writing to Mrs. Gaina. Mrs. Gaina is Viola's mom. So in the last box, we discussed that Viola Vane is her stage name. Her real name is Victoria Gaina. So Mrs. Gaina is her mom. Hector writes, "My apologies for canceling our meeting on such late notice. I've been more than a bit overtaxed lately, and I completely forgot about our prior engagement on Christopher Street when I agreed to discuss wedding invitations with you this afternoon. I hope the assortment of fresh fruits and chocolates delivered by my driver, along with this note, will convey the depth of my remorse." Oh, sounds like a nice guy. "I really am looking forward to taking up the role of your dutiful son-in-law. I am nothing if not a talented performer, and I intend to play the part to perfection, just as the union between Viola and myself is made official next year."
Lord.
"Now that the date is set in stone, I'd like to thank you for all of your work you put into bringing Viola and I together. With both of our hectic schedules to account for, it's a true miracle you were able to arrange all of those candlelit dinners, long walks down Fifth Avenue, and rambling countryside drives. Not to mention all of the effort you've...
mother-in-law.
Yeah, right? Jesus. Not to mention all of the effort you've already begun to put into planning the wedding itself. Who knew that one could order silver bells to be affixed to doves like that? The effect when they fly up into the rafters as we kiss is going to be breathtaking." That is animal cruelty. My publicity team looks downright lazy in comparison to you. All they've ever had to do was tell the press where to point their cameras. Speaking of news hawks, I hope you're finding yourself as gratified by the glowing press coverage as I've been. It's been tiring, to say the least, to be constantly referred to as the Broadway bachelor in the papers, as though my private life is more worthy of note than my career. What a relief it will be once I've settled down, and there's no more a delightful girl to settle down with than your daughter, an admirable scene partner who I'm sure will be equally as pleasant as a partner in life." I hate this guy.
Me too. I was like, he sounds horrible.
If Viola and I are able to keep the press's interest in our next production too, we stand a real chance at becoming the next Pickford and Fairbanks, with fewer public scandals, of course. Just imagine Viola and I cast opposite one another on stage and screen through decades, our name up in light, one right next to the other. It's everything I've ever wanted in a career, and I'm sure she feels the same. Cordially, Hector Rowland. As long as there isn't a ceiling fan, it might be fine for the birds. Elaine.
Reading and I'm looking, going, Elaine. Oh, man. Okay. So to me, that sounds like he's absolutely not in this marriage for the marriage part. This is a career move.
This is a career move for damn sure. That's what it sounds like to me.
And that makes me wonder. Well, and with the mom coordinating all this shit too, it sounds like it's a career move on the mom's part. Like, even if this is gonna sound real dark, y'all, he is more successful than her daughter.
Way more.
Yes, partnering them together makes her daughter more successful. Once you get rid of her, you still have him as your son-in-law. You can suck off of that fame for as long as you want. So to me, definitely didn't clear him.
You have to remember that Viola and Hector never ended up getting married. They called off their engagement.
That's true. And her understudy had to take over.
No, her understudy took over, not because she was missing,
Later.
just cause.
Right. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably when the engagement was there. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know what the hell they have going on. So, next thing I'm going to pop up here is an image. What has Joey got going on here? This shit's fancy.
I was going to say, because I'm like, oh, did we... Crazy letter that's written in code? Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to have to pop it up on the
letter,
screen.
Guys. It is in fancy cursive, and part of it's in code, so we're going to need your help.
Listen, here's the thing. I was reading through it yesterday, and I was like, wow, why can't I read this? I read cursive all the time. And then I was like, that's because it's not just in cursive, it's in code, and I'm an idiot. Like, don't worry about me. Like, I'm fine, you guys.
Start reading. Oi.
Oh my god, this image is freaking huge. Hold on, let me size it down for us. Sorry, everyone.
I guess that I'm frozen.
I was frozen too. But that's because I was trying to figure out the image.
Seconds.
Okay. There we go. The image is up on the screen now. I think. Am I frozen? No, I can see you. It was frozen for like all of 3 seconds because I was trying to get the image to show. You're both frozen. Is your mic muted? And we're fine. And I can see you just fine. Can she not see me? It is hard to read, John. Ange. You know we're moving, right? Like, and people are reading things, and it's just because the picture is really big, so...
Unfrozen, but I can't hear anything being said.
Oh. She can't hear you. Everybody else is hearing me.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Everybody else was hearing me talk to you for like 10 minutes.
I got nothing. I'm looking at it. I'm sorry, I'm watching our feed, and I'm like, I see me moving. So that means I'm not frozen, but I can't hear anything.
Yeah, they were all like hearing me talk to you. I was just, it's because the image is so large that it takes a minute to kind of pull through. Yeah, it's my show now. Forget you, Ange. It's all about me.
Look, I'm just saying, if I fall through, I fall through. Flip's got all the evidence. She can walk you guys right through it. You don't need my commentary. It's fine.
Yikes. Okay. So, yeah,
okay,
next
so where are
up
we?
is this ridiculous letter. Angie's not frozen
Yes.
anymore.
No, I'm good.
Huh?
She was never frozen.
I know she wasn't frozen. I was frozen on her
Hey.
end.
Can she hear you now?
Yeah.
I can hear him now.
I was frozen on her end. Are you
Yeah.
watching something on the TV?
I might be. But
Joey,
I'm
bless you.
I'm watching this too.
It messes
Okay.
up the Wi-Fi.
So,
I'm watching this too. It looks hard.
Something Strange, Broadway Counted. So which one are we reading next?
This is that coded letter that doesn't make any bloody sense to me.
Okay, and you've got it up there.
Yes.
John, Carrie, whoever's in here, are you guys able to read any of it? Should we just blast it over our faces? What, like, how big do we need to make it? Because, whew.
I feel like I'm watching Gravity Falls with these codes. If you blow this up...
WZIORNMT. What name is that? Why is Nermit?
It's not a name. It's in code.
I know that.
I realized it after I started reading it. I was like, who the hell is that? But then I realized it's in code.
Looks like all the names for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm taking precautions in case code name finds this letter, which is why a few phrases might seem a bit backwards to you. Backwards? TMRI?
So, Elaine said she feels like she's watching Gravity Falls. Carrie Mae said she's on her phone, so it's a little small. It is small. I'm looking at it on my phone too, and it is small if you're on your phone. If you're like watching us on a computer screen, or if you're like casting it onto your TV or something, you would be able to read it, because I'm looking at it here on my computer screen and I'm able to read it.
Yeah.
John says the quality goes in and out, but it's so to read otherwise. Jules says she can read it.
I'm gonna email Marcy. I'm gonna email this to you. Forward it to your sister.
I will also read it. So.
Thank you.
So this letter is from November 24th, 1933. So this is a year before she goes missing.
Yep.
So somebody's name in code. That name in code is WZIORMT. I'm just
looking at a keyboard, which doesn't make sense because I don't think computers were around back then.
What?
I was looking at the keyboard trying to see if it made a code, and I'm like, computers weren't around back then.
RMT. I can read about half before I can't figure out anything else. Yes, there was, Elaine. I will get right to that. All right. So whoever the hell's name this is, I'm taking precautions in case somebody else whose name is in code, can't tell what that says, finds this letter, which is why a few phrases might seem a bit backwards to you. If you find yourself at a loss, look to the gift I embroidered for you for guidance. When vanity becomes elegance, the truth can emerge. Okay, sorry guys. I'm gonna.
Okay, yes, because you have the thing.
Yes, I'm gonna take this image down for just a hot second because I got a handkerchief. Look at this hanky. This is the hanky that I received in the box. And now I understand what they're trying to say to me. Okay, so this is the hanky that was received in the box. Sorry, you ever just have like a moment where your brain just goes, ooh. Okay. So
Yeah.
I was looking at this handkerchief, and Joey was looking at it yesterday, and I couldn't figure out why the hell I needed this handkerchief. When vanity becomes elegance, on this handkerchief, there is a V.
Vanity.
And on the other side of this handkerchief, there is an E. When vanity becomes elegance. Yes.
So it's not Vivian's like initials or anything.
No,
Vanity
it's
and elegance.
3, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's on it? There's like flowers and some dots. Okay. When vanity becomes elegance, the truth can emerge. Okay, let me finish reading the rest of the letter.
Yeah, let's do that first, because I'm looking at it going, flowers. Is there a certain number of flowers, certain number of leaves?
Right. So, okay. The walls in the cadence tend to have ears, so I don't feel secure asking you this in person. But I was wondering if something has said anything to you about me lately. She pulled me aside earlier today and told me in no certain terms that she wished I had something, something,
Blank,
something,
blank,
something, something,
blank,
something.
Blank.
When I asked her what she meant, but she just said that I should be ashamed of myself and stormed away. I genuinely have no idea what any of that was about. Have I done something to offend her? Is it the stress of her pregnancy making itself manifest?
Ah.
I'm going to assume that the 3-letter word is Ira.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
If that's
'Cause I was
Ira,
looking at that and I'm like, that's gotta be someone's name.
W, F,
And it gives you some letters.
L. Maybe put the E and V together and fold it that way. That is smart. Put the E and V together. But which... Okay. I put the E and V together, where elegance meets vanity.
If you put them together and hold it up to the light, does it look like cursive?
No.
Okay. Y'all, wouldn't that be wild if it did?
Oh my
If it
god, I
worked?
would shit my
Wild.
pants. Like, not on camera, but...
Oh, shit him on camera! Shit him on camera!
Oh my god. This is why I wear diapers. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Okay. Interesting. Put the
So
E.
W is I.
That's what
F is R.
I'm thinking.
E is A.
I'm thinking, but don't quote me on that, you guys. Get it wet, maybe? Huh.
Light a match under it. Is there invisible ink on it?
I don't think so.
Set it on fire.
Maybe the flowers have a pattern.
That's what I'm thinking. Like there's a certain number of flowers or leaves that means something.
I'm just... This
Okay.
is wild. Okay, sorry. Let me finish reading it. Okay.
Yeah. Asked her
Um,
what she meant.
maybe vanity refers to a mirror. It's possible. This is the worst possible time for me to have... I was like invisible ink. Yeah, right. This is the worst, and flowers are elegant. That is true. The number pattern.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking, is that the letters move away from like one letter moves away from another in a certain pattern. But I don't know if that's right. And I think that's what Joey was thinking yesterday too, because he looked at it. This is the worst possible time for me to have made an enemy. It's simply too much. With the show, what does that say?
Press.
Oh, yes.
Press.
With the show, the press, and the wedding to contend with. Yeah. I barely have
that's
any
different.
time to breathe. I can count on one hand the number of times I have felt something...
Hungry.
No,
Either.
sorry. Neither hungry nor tired nor miserable over the past few months. And during blankety blank 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 blank, there's no sign of any real reprieve on the horizon, though. Somebody has my life planned down to the matching outfits I'm wearing with somebody to our hypothetical blank 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 in 38. It's a selfish thing to complain about, I know, but I can't stop thinking about what you said the other day about being able to step back and see the big picture. It made me realize that I've spent my entire life like a carriage horse fitted with blinders. I've never seen anything but the path I'm being driven down. I can't go on like this forever. Something, 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 something. Thank you for being such a good confidant over the past few months. You've made me realize how good it can feel to something, 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 something every now and again. I've asked blank to go over blankety blank 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 at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We can blankety blank 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 blank. And then it's blank 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 blank. All right, this letter is from Viola.
It's from Viola. For sure, for sure.
It's from Viola because there are only... I believe she's the only person in the cast with 5 letters in her name.
Yeah, but also just her talking about living my life like a horse with blinders.
Yeah, this letter is from Viola.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull this off the screen. So this letter is from Viola. I can actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to put it back on the screen. This letter is from Viola. I know this letter is from Viola. Hold the handkerchief to the camera folded with the EV together. I'm curious. Okay, so the E and V is folded together on my... Sorry, what am I doing? The E and V is folded together on my screen. Right? Yes. Viola then would be the name at the end. So what are the letters for Viola?
E-R-L-O-Z. I need a piece of paper.
I know. Okay, so if Viola...
V-I-O-L-A is E-R-L-O-Z. Way to not write that below the letters, Angela. Okay. So then...
Okay, so we know that. Now, just based off of patterning, I noticed in the letter that there are certain places where it's like R-E-V. I'm gonna assume that that's something like I've. Which would make sense because based off of knowing that Viola, the V in Viola is E, then the E is V as well. So E is V, V, yeah, that makes sense.
It has an A-R as the second letters.
Hold on a second. Okay. So let's start with what we already know.
Yeah.
Oh, just so you know. Single letters. So single letter R at everyone when I was looking at it. Oh, Joey. Yes. So I would be R. So we know that.
Right. Yes. So when I go to that very first word of who the letter is to.
Start of the code. Elaine says, I think every letter from the start of the code is moved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. First. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay. So if R is I... My brain. Okay, hold on. Let me write out my alphabet.
This is not my strong suit. Yeah, this is not my strong suit at all, just so you all know. I have no idea. This is every time they get to these things in movies, I go, huh? And I don't get it. Keep that in mind.
V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, sorry, guys. So we know that A is Z and
Yes.
Z is A. So then we know that E is V and V is...
Here's the thing. Is Z A, though?
Yes, because Viola was at the last... Viola is the last thing at the I'm sorry, what am I saying? At the end of this letter, we see ERLOZ.
Right, got
so
that.
we know that
So Z means A.
So Z is A.
Okay, but like when we get to an A in the code, that doesn't mean Z, right?
Yes, it does.
It could be something else.
I'm thinking it's Z is A. Honestly, with what is said, I think Elaine's comment makes the most sense. Because 1 and 1, then 2, 2. B. How many away from B is that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because vanity is 6 letters, elegant is 7.
So alphabet reversed. That's what it's looking like. Alphabet reversed. We don't know that for sure, though. Oh, and you know what? When elegance meets vanity, that would make sense as well, because E and V would have to be the same. Get it? Because where elegance meets vanity, on the handkerchief, you fold the handkerchief, where E meets V. So we know E and V are the same. It's the alphabet. It's got to be the alphabet reversed at this point.
That's true, because it is this. Okay.